Well, hello. This is Rochelle, and welcome to my channel. Hello, Grace. So today I'm going to be doing a little washi wall, and then I'm going to be painting a flock of sheep on that. Nothing very complicated, very childlike drawings, but you can follow along. So first I lay down the washi wall. And what you need to remember with washi is that it is a very slick surface. So I do take some clear gesso because I wanted this image of the grass still there. And I take some clear gesso and I just cover it with one layer of clear gesso, just so that it has some grit, so that the acrylic paint or whatever I'm going to use on top of it will stick. Okay, so then what I do is I take, while I'm waiting for this washi wall to dry, I'm reading through the piece of scripture, which I'm just so amazed. Really, it's a matter of God bringing increase. And even in this, we still find Jacob trying to maneuver and sneak. And that's still his name, remember? His name is still supplanter, deceiver. That's still his name, so that's still his nature. And we see that it runs in the family. Laban's very much the same. And there's this whole debate going on about whose sheep is whose. And here's the thing. God brings the increase. He has already blessed Jacob, and he brings the increase. Whether or not Jacob did what he did or didn't do what he did, God would have still brought the increase, because before he cut those poplar trees to change the color of the sheeps, God still brought increase. Before that, it says that, and Laban realizes that he was blessed because of Jacob. And so I just need to get myself to remember and to realize that that is the situation. No matter what I try and do, I am blessed because of who God is, not because of who I am. So here you'll see me just laying down a fluffy texture. I'm literally like dabbing the white gesso mix onto those little sheep that I drew. Goodness gracious, my grammar today. That I drew. And I wanted it to be, like that dabbing texture, because it's sheep. They're fluffy and woolly and all of that. And then I'm taking the black gesso and white gesso, and I'm mixing it a little bit to make the gray for the faces. And I'm using the black straight for the ears. And then I'm going to be using that darker gray that I mixed for the dark sheep that were to be Jacob's. And that's just my simple illustration to help me remember that God brings the increase, and that it is his blessing on my life that makes it so, not my own actions. I'm not being very particular here. I really am just with a small sized brush dabbing on the color and making it look fluffy and woolly and round. Fat sheep. These are sheep of increase. So you'll see that even on the ones that I made dark, I laid down that white color first, just so that I could block out where I wanted them, number one, and number two, just knock back that washi a bit so that I could have the foundation there. And so I'm making sure everything's dry before I go over it with I'm using the multi marker here, the Faber-Castell multi marker. It is supposed to be able to write on anything slick, oily, acrylic, all of those things, and it does its job pretty well. This is in the small sized tip, and I'm just going over those, and then I'm using the white Uniball Signo gel pen. outline those black sheep just around the edges so that you can see where their faces start and their bodies start. Otherwise it's just one dark blob. I am using that same multi marker Faber-Castell pen to draw in their faces and their hooves. You can't necessarily see it very well on camera, but it's there. Otherwise they're just like faceless sheep, which they pretty much are. So here I'm using the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen to write down the words blessing and increase, and then I'm completing the sentiment with just a Faber-Castell fine tip pen. And I'm writing, the blessing of the Lord brings increase. It is not my doing, it is the blessing of the Lord, Rochelle. Can you just remember that? And then I'm just completing a sentence there, speaking to myself, so that I can remember, because so often I forget. And I'm just laying the washi on the top there in little torn pieces to finish off this page, and that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.